Access denied.
Better work this time.
Access denied. Access denied. Access granted.
Yay! You know, sometimes I wonder if I'm going to have a good connection or not, or what's happening and what's going on. Because you never know what's going to happen and why it's not going to happen and what's going to happen. And it's happening right now, boys and girls. You guessed it.
Access denied.
Oops. And sometimes we're back.
Access granted.
We're back in squared one, squared two. But we're back right now. And I'm happy, happy, happy. You know, I'm just tickled pink. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You know, I don't know what's going on. I tried my little buddy. Well, maybe he's not little. I guess he's maybe we're the same height. I'm not sure. He looks little on the other side of the screen. But from what I understand, he could be maybe he's a little bit taller than me. 1 inch, 2 inch, I'm not sure. I know I outweigh him. The camera doesn't lie about that part. But maybe he's gonna come on in. I told him I was gonna throw him a link. I told him don't turn on his camera because his camera wasn't doing him justice, and I think it was throwing out too much of a band. So it was doing too much of a static, and it was taking out too much of energy input, output, input. Round and round we go. So this time we're going to see what happens right now. So hopefully he's going to come on out. And I threw a link out. And if he wants to come on, he can hop on board right now and see what he wants to talk about. Not sure what anybody else is doing right now. But if anybody else wanna come on, but I am giving the first jump on because everybody's entitled to a helping hand, you know, kind of like a life jacket, life preserver, Mustang suit, to whoever knows what that means. I do, and to our seamen friends that's been out into to the nice cold waters, they know what that means. It's not very fun to get into. There's a time limit. Most people can do it within. Hey, guy.
What's up, Kip?
Not a whole bunch. Just a little bit of that and a little bit of this. Getting ready for the holidays slowly coming.
Cool.
What have you been doing?
Well, I'm just at the gym. I'm at the swimming pool right now, and then I'm going to Alaska for the next week or so.
Are you on the road?
I travel a lot with my job, yeah.
Oh, because it sounds like you're You're on the highway.
No, I'm actually in the swimming pool and there's music in the background. But, so I don't know how much that
Oh.
gets picked up or not. I can put my hand
Oh.
over my mouth. So
So where you at today?
I'm in Maryland. I live in Maryland. I
Oh,
come back to
okay.
Maryland all the time. I mean, I had to go to Mexico for a couple months, and then I got to go to Alaska, and then I go all over the world.
Oh, well, Alaska's already cold.
Yeah, but I looked at the almost snow, so.
Well, it won't snow until right around mid. Uh, it depends on usually around Christmas, mid the end of November, but it's already getting cold by the middle of now.
Yeah, I see the weather forecast.
It's already hit mid freeze time.
Yeah, I seen that. But Western Maryland got snow last night.
Yeah, but it's not gonna stay.
No.
It's just gonna linger for like maybe a couple hours. Then it's gonna get warmed up when the sun comes out. But but it's gonna get cold at nighttime. I'll guarantee that part.
Yeah, I know that is.
You're gonna start throwing on a couple extra blankets.
Yeah, well, I'm in a hotel. I'll bring my long underwear with me, so
Yeah,
I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
that's the only thing I don't miss about Alaska is the cold.
You been there before?
Huh?
You been there before?
Where, Alaska?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was raised in Alaska.
Where at?
Oh gosh, I I went to high school in Anchorage from elementary school all the way through high school, and then my mom and dad had a like a motel in on Alaska.
Oh, okay.
That's where Dutch Harbor is, and I lived above the Arctic Circle over in Norvik. That's outside of Kotzebue, and I worked at Prudhoe Bay, Kaktovik. I also worked and lived in Unalaska. No, not I worked at Kaktovik. That's
Okay.
where it war is, and I also lived in oh heck, Nome for a little while.
Okay. No, this is my first time. This is my first time there.
Everywhere. I never been to Juneau though.
No. No, this is my first time there. I've never been to Alaska before.
Well, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, my mom grew up a little bit in Juneau. I mean, in Anchorage, near Fort Richardson. But I've never been there. I'm just going to go to Anchorage and then I have to drive over to Valdez. I was going to take the plane, but they say the plane only leaves every 3 days if you're lucky. So I'm just going to drive it. They say it's a 6-7 hour drive, so I'm just going to drive it from Anchorage over to Valdez.
Yeah, Fort Rich is pretty nice. That's the Army base.
Yeah.
We only got two bases in Anchorage. We got Elmendorf Air Force Base, and then we got Fort Rich Army base.
I think there's more than that. If you go over, I mean, back when I was in the military, they had a bunch of stuff on the Bering Strait.
Oh,
like the listening posts, top secret stuff,
Well, we got ADAC. That was the biggest base. That was the Navy and Air Force base. But the only base now we get is the Coast Guard base at the end of Act 2. It's a Coast Guard listening base now. It's kind of also like a Coast Guard base now.
So could you see Russia from your house?
What's that?
Could you see Russia from your house?
Well, a little bit.
Sarah Palin's like, I can see Russia from my house. I remember when she said that. I was laughing. Actually, she never said it. Tina Fey said that. She never said it, but everyone attributed it to her. Said that she had said,
Oh,
"I can see Russia from my house."
no, no. Um, you, well, see, you at Nome, you can't see nothing. But if you go to Little Diomute, that's in between um, Big Diomute and Little Diomute. That's the beginning of the international date line.
Oh yeah. When I was a kid, I guess they stopped it. But when I was a kid, they had a homesteading program that if you went up there and lived like on 100 acres of land, you for so many years you owned it. Did you ever hear about that program?
Yeah, you can do a homestead up there,
Still?
but um, you have to make a structure on the land. Um,
Well, that's
but,
hard.
but the structure could be a farm,
A tent?
like make a garden, or you can make a not a lean-to, but it would have to be like a almost like a year-round structure.
And you get 100 acres?
Yeah,
Wow.
but I don't know if they're still I don't know if they're still all honoring that. But they're also doing grandfather rights.
Yeah. Well, if you wanted to buy 100 acres, you could probably get them cheap up there somewhere too, right?
Yeah, but if it's in a remote area, you would have to have a bush pilot to get you there. But there ain't no boats and there's no roads getting there. Only the railroad, and that's only up to Fairbanks.
Yeah, we got that TV show where they drive over the lakes.
Yeah, but again, you those are remote places. I mean, you're kind of screwed if emergency happens.
Yeah, well, I know. I seen that series on it was on one of those channels where people live along the Alaska Railroad.
Yeah.
They like the train comes by once a week and they always flagging it down for something.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are real people. Those are real people, though. That's
Yeah.
where men are men and the women are too.
Yeah, I know. Well, I got to go in and out for a week. I don't know. Wife talked about moving there if she liked it. I was like, I don't know. It's just too cold for me, you know.
What?
So
Yeah.
but I'll see. It doesn't. I thought it would be cheaper there, but I looked at the cost of living. It's as expensive as living anywhere else in the country.
Yeah, I mean, the pay is very good, but the cost of living it planes it out. So, but only people that gets good, it's good for is the military people because they get overseas pay.
Really?
Yep.
But
Anybody that's stationed in Alaska gets overseas pay.
yeah, they call it CONUS, Continental United States. So, yeah. So what's up with you? You going home for the holidays?
Well, I'm still here in Kentucky with my aunt and everybody. I'm writing to my family, and well, I'm talking about my sons in Anchorage. They're all doing good, and my daughters, they're all happy. So,
Oh, okay.
because their mom is gonna be with them for Christmas, so they're all pretty amped.
So, what, are you married a couple times?
What's that?
You been married a couple times?
No. But she was in Singapore. Now she's here. Now she's gonna be there with my daughters.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
they're all happy.
Sounds good.
If they're happy, I'm happy.
So, but you married an American woman and had a couple kids, and then divorced, and now you're married a Filipino.
Oh, who, me or what?
Yeah, you. Who else is on?
Oh, I was married to a Alaskan native.
Eskimo.
That was I only was married once, and that lasted around 17 years, and then I got divorced when I was in the Philippines. She divorced me.
So you're not married to your wife in the Philippines, or your mother
No,
of your kids?
I was. We were common law,
Oh, okay.
but
Well, that
uh,
might be so bad. I mean, if you can get, you could sponsor on a K1 visa. You get a sponsor or make enough money.
yeah, that's still in the plans also.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I did. Met my wife. I was working in Manila, met my wife, and got a K1 visa. She was over there in 4 months.
Cool.
My wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met her. I met her in the Philippines. I met her in Manila. I worked there for about a year, off and on, going back and forth. And she was helping me out with some stuff, and it just developed mutually. And then, we became a couple, and then she decided how she'd get her over. If I could live there, get a full-time job there, or she could come here. And but I had to travel a lot, so I was like, no use for me traveling all the time. So we put in for a K1 visa. Had it like in 3.5 months.
Okay. 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 Just a moment. I'm looking at something on the thing. Um. Ah. Okay. Hey, Will. What my main reason for having being on the show today. I was gonna have Peter come on, but I was just only gonna have Peter on the show, and that was it. But Peter doesn't want nobody else on.
I
So
can
you
go.
would
No,
have.
no,
Yeah.
no. It's okay, bro. I can go.
All right, buddy. I appreciate that.
No problem.
I
Just
don't
take
want
it
to
easy.
hurt your feelings.
Don't hurt my feelings. I gotta get some laps in. Talk to you later.
Okay, brother. Thanks.
Bye bye.
Yep. Okay, there you go, Peter. I was on. I was just only on that hangout, but I wasn't. I didn't see you on there earlier. So yeah, you're still open, and when you come on, then I'll come back and delete the hangout part. So let me know when you come on, Peter, and then I'll close the door. Okay,
Uh,
I'll go close the
hey,
door.
what's up? You there?
Just a moment. And there we, there we go. And remove. There.
What's
All right, you
up?
guys, just a moment.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Peter.
What's up?
How you doing,
Can
man?
you hear me?
Yep. Yep. Okay, only you and I are in the house.
I'll have to hit.
I deleted the
Hey, so
outside door. Only you're here.
hold on. I have a problem with him, but he has a history of outbursts when it comes to me, and I just don't want to deal with the drama tonight. That was the only reason. Uh, no, now when you do the live stream, what software do you use?
Just a moment. I got a pair of cheap headphones. So I got to put two of them in. What's that?
Okay, what software do you use for live stream?
I don't know. I just hooked up to that regular Google that Hangout.
Okay. Okay. So I just kind of figure it out. I've never messed with it at all. So I'm just trying to figure it out. And because it'll be easier for some of the stuff I want to do. So I've been trying to figure it out. And yeah, because I was trying this XSplit and it just wasn't working.
Huh. Okay,
It was,
but,
I think it's more for gamers though. I think it's for like recording games like Hang and Bang does.
huh.
But anyways, so that was hey, I was gonna ask you a random question. You know, I know your situation in the Philippines, but why don't you move to Thailand?
And do what?
Well, no, because of the situation in the Philippines, it's hard for you to get back in. So why don't you just kick your kids and move to Thailand, where you wouldn't have the problem?
That could be a but I don't know the language. I don't know the area,
Yeah, no,
so
I'm just
I'd be kind of lost.
I guess what I'm asking is, wouldn't it make sense to, if you're having the problem getting back in the Philippines, to go to another close country where you could bring your kids so you'd be reunited with them?
Yeah, but I think it'd be easier just to bring them to the United States.
I mean, that, but just a practical, do you have the finances to get a visa for them?
But as a citizen, since I'm a citizen and my kids are already born a citizen, all I got to do is get enough money to get them a plane ticket.
Oh, okay. So I'm not quite sure how that works, Todd. So I was under the impression, even if they're citizens, that you got to prove that you have so much money in order before they can come. I may be wrong. I'm not sure how that works.
From what I understood was all I needed was a means to find a way to get them here, and get them like a passport, and then a ticket, and somebody to escort them to here.
Where would they fly into? Nashville?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, okay, so they would have to, I don't know why, how old are they?
10 years old and 5 years old.
Okay.
My oldest one will be 6 on January 5. I mean,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
no,
no.
my oldest one will be 11.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was just trying to figure out, I was just wondering that because I would think with the situation, it would just be easier to get into, you know, either Malaysia or Thailand or somewhere just to be back with your family at the end of the day. I mean, I mean, I'm in a different situation, but I would think you would want to be close to your family, especially your kids. Now, are those your only kids, or do you have some other kids?
Oh, well, my only I got one son that passed away when I was in the Philippines, but that was years ago, and that's a different story. But everything else, I got 2 sons in Alaska, but they're already grown.
Okay. So, oh, I was going to ask you, how's your knees?
Right now they're doing good. The cushion is feeling a little bit better. This Thursday I got to go again for another injection, and then after that I have another 2 more after that.
What is actually wrong with them? Is it the ACLs and is the cartilage? What is it?
No, there's no more cartilage in between them. It's just bone against bone.
Oh, there's none. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
So it's not just torn. It's gone.
Yeah.
Uh,
But the doctor wants me to lose another. I already lost 43 pounds already for the last 4.5 months, and now I got to lose another 50 pounds. And if I could lose another 50 pounds, and I got to do another 3 more injections, and hopefully that could be enough. Or if not, my doctor wants to do on my right leg a total knee replacement.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to ask. I was really surprised they're not talking about doing a replacement at that. But here's one of the issues I would think that they would consider. Doing a knee replacement, and no offense, but at your weight, it would be very hard to do.
Yeah, that's why he wants me to do another 50 pounds.
I mean, my dad had knee surgery done when he was pushing about 370, and they only did it because they had to. They really didn't want to. So yeah, I mean it's. I mean, what? How did your knees get that bad? Is it just because of your size, or?
Well, yeah, because when I was in the Philippines, I weighed a whole lot less, and then when I came back, and then I gained a lot of weight real fast again.
What caused that? Psychological stuff?
No, just I went hog wild.
Well, I mean, I understand you haven't had good barbecue while you were in the Philippines for 13 years, but
Well, I didn't have good. I haven't had good anything, and
no, I was really surprised because I actually, when I'm in the Philippines, I put on weight most of the time.
really,
Because here's how it works in the Philippines, and you know this. They give you small portions for food
yeah.
6-7 times a day in order to get food.
Uh-huh.
So I'm eating more food in the Philippines, and a lot of times not healthy food than I would in the U.S. because I would eat fewer meals that are bigger instead of so many small meals. Because I mean, you got to eat about 6 times a day in the Philippines just because of how small stuff is.
Well, yeah, but I had, but you remember I was teaching at the Korean school, so I ate a lot of Korean food, so that was okay.
Okay.
And then over at the mountain, we had a lot of rice and vegetables and everything, so that was okay also. But I did a lot of walking, did a lot of sweating.
So what do you think of Korean barbecue?
Oh, I love Korean food.
Yeah, no, I've had it. I was in Seoul a couple of years ago, and we were at this barbecue place, and the guy that owned it asked me, Korean guy, he asked me what I thought of the food, and I said the barbecue's okay. It's not anything great, but it's okay.
Yeah.
And he was all offended, and then finally I just told him, I said, I'm from Kansas City, and he's a barbecue guy, so I mean Kansas City's world renowned. So he's like, well, it's different. But yeah, it's I was just curious, kind of what was going on with you, because I mean I've heard different things. I mean, now what's the issue with the immigration? Do you have to just pay them off, or give them bribe money, or what?
Well, I gotta pay. Okay. Yeah, I gotta pay them back and get that taken care of before I can step back on.
On the Philippines, you're not missing nothing. You're not missing anything.
Well, except my family, but like I said, I loved it there. I had no problems with it there, with them there.
Yeah, no, I was just curious. That's why I was asking you. I would think, trying to get to another regional place to be with your family would make more sense. That's why I was asking that. But I mean, Thailand I mentioned because Thailand is kind of equivalent economically to the Philippines. Like Hong Kong or Singapore is a lot better, but it's a lot more expensive.
Oh yeah, I've been to Hong Kong quite a bit of times. I also been to Thailand.
Yeah, so I was just kind of curious, finding out, just kind of see what was going on with you, and see where things are going. It's I've been dealing with some medical stuff the last few weeks, so and I got sick and the Alliance didn't tell me I could. So I don't know what's going to happen. The Alliance is mad at me. I didn't ask their permission to get sick.
What happened this time?
Oh no, I have a medical condition, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm 100% disabled in the U.S. According to the U.S. government, I'm 100% disabled.
oh, okay.
So no, I mean it's ongoing
Somebody's
problem.
mad at you?
No, I said the Alliance is going to be mad at me. Dave and his brigade.
Oh. Oh well.
They're always mad at me for something. You know, but no, the thing is I'm just in the process of trying to find out, kind of seeing where things are. Is this, and I hadn't really connected with you. So, what I mean, how? So, let me ask this: to get your kids to Nashville, what do you need to do? Just come up with the passports and get the money?
Oh, I have a passport. I tell you what, for my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have to file for my daughters.
Here's a question I have, and I don't know the answer. Do they need a passport if they're arriving in the United States?
Well, they could go for that K1, and then they can just go follow their mother from that K1 visa. Since they're my kids, they can.
No, I was talking about if they're U.S. citizens and they're coming back to the States, as long as they have proof of citizenship, which I wouldn't necessarily think would have to be a passport, they could get back in. As long as they can prove citizenship.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I was just curious.
Would have to find out a little bit more about that stuff. But we already have all the paperwork already filled out and signed. She just has to take it over to the embassy and process it.
Now, where is she at? Is it Iloilo? Is that what I've heard?
Yeah.
Where was you at in Iloilo?
What do you mean?
I mean, what area?
Oh, well, it's a couple of hours outside.
Oh, so you weren't in Iloilo City? Okay.
No, it's around 3.5 hours outside.
So you were almost up to like Rujas area.
Well, pretty close in that area. Yeah, going north.
So you're almost out of Iloilo. Okay. I was just curious. So you were northern Iloilo.
Yeah.
What? That's a rough life out there.
Yeah, it's a coastal area.
Yeah, I mean it's just rough. It's brownouts. It's no internet.
Well, it's not easy to maintain the internet.
Yeah, I mean, now when you in Iloilo, how are the hospitals down there?
Pretty good. We got Doctors Hospital. We got University Hospital.
I've only been to one hospital there. It was St. Paul's was the name of it. It was pretty good, but it was I didn't have to pay, but it was expensive. I mean, I was there for like 3 days, and I don't remember how much the bill was, but it was well over $1,000.
1,000 pesos or dollars?
Dollars.
Wow, what happened to you?
I was there for 3 days, and then they sent me back up to Makati. What happened was I was in Boracay, and I started having seizures like 3 times a day. And in Boracay, the only thing they can do is say go to Iloilo. And so I went to Iloilo, went to St. Paul's. They kept me for a couple days, and then they just told me to go up to my primary doctors up in Makati, and they put me in the hospital in Makati for 2 days. It was just my medication was off whack, but that was my experience in Iloilo with the hospitals. St. Paul's right there by the Capitol. Or it's at City Hall. It's right downtown, right off of downtown. But yeah, no, that was because I saw Mike had a operation in Iloilo.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I was just wondering. I don't know that I would want to have an operation there, but he definitely does. He loves Iloilo. I don't see what he sees in it, but he loves it.
I like it too. I just got very familiar with it, so I found out. I mean, I thought it was a pretty nice place.
Now you thought Iloilo City was nice?
Well, the whole surrounding. I mean, the whole area from Auckland. That's where Boracay is, all the way down.
Because I'll be honest, Iloilo City is probably the dirtiest city in the Philippines.
Really?
I mean, I'm like, I'm sorry, you know what? The city's got the money. Go buy a street washer, a power washer, the trucks, and wash those damn streets. Now, Bacolod is much cleaner.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's I like it there too. That's also another nice place.
Bacolod's much nicer. I mean, they take a better pride in their city. The people are just nicer. The other thing I found weird about Iloilo was that English is really not that widely spoken in Iloilo.
Well, the streets, the roads there are not very great. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean downtown Iloilo is just dirty. There's no other way to put it.
It is a very old city.
Well, yeah, but so is New York.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty crappy looking place, isn't it?
New York has very nice streets. Donald Trump makes sure of it.
Yeah, now.
No, I mean, there's a lot of old cities in the world that don't mean the streets are all dirty, like they've never been washed in their life. You know, I mean, that's just my main experience with Iloilo has been that the streets are dirty and English is not widely spoken. But other than that, I've had a pretty positive experience. I mean, I don't go through there a lot, but I do spend a lot more time in Bacolod than I do in Iloilo.
And what do you do? Fly in there?
When I go to Iloilo?
Yeah.
If I'm going to Iloilo, I'm normally going through there, not to there. I used to, when I go to Palawan a lot, I take the ferry from Iloilo to Palawan. And so like say it leaves on Thursday, Mondays and Thursdays. Say if I'm there on Tuesday, I'll go to Bacolod and stay for a couple days and then come over. Just because I like Bacolod a lot better. And it's now there was what's the name of that restaurant? There's a little barbecue shop in Iloilo that I like. Floyd's. Is that the name of it?
Does it have soap house?
No, it's Floyd's, I think is the name of it. It's a little, there's a couple of them around Iloilo. They're a little Philippine barbecue. They have one right there by SM Manila. I mean SM Iloilo downtown. It's okay.
There's one across the street from SM.
Yeah, that's Floyd's, I think.
It's a hamburger place.
They may have hamburgers. They right there by Coffee Break, I think it's right there by it.
Yeah, it's a upstairs, downstairs. They have chicken there too, I think.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then I had I went. They have a new restaurant. I don't know how long since you've been there. All American.
Oh, All American Burger.
Yeah, I know an expat owns it, but if I ever meet him, I'm gonna tell him the truth. The
Yeah.
ham fucking suck.
Oh, I'm
They're horrible.
happy to hear that.
Well, part of it is in the Philippines they don't know how to cook hamburger right. They just don't do. What happens is they get the outside crisp, and the inside is not even fully cooked.
Well, they don't have the hamburger ratios correct.
That's why in order to get a good hamburger in the Philippines, you have to go to either like Outback, Hard Rock, Fridays, Texas Roadhouse. I mean, you're going to spend a good 1,000 pesos for a good hamburger in the Philippines. I mean, it's just the nature of it. It's and even restaurants are more expensive here than they are in the U.S. I mean, it's just if you go to a decent restaurant in the Philippines, you're going to spend 1,000 pesos. I mean, that's just kind of the nature of it. So,
hey, why are you up so early?
Oh, I'm actually moving one of my websites, my main website. I'm moving it from one server to another server.
Oh,
But I'm usually up. I'm usually up way late, anyways, because it's
4 o'clock now.
yeah, but it's 4 p.m. in the U.S.
Well, it's 3 o'clock where I'm at.
Yeah, but on the East Coast it's 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock Central, and I work in the U.S. So
Okay.
I mean, all my clients are in the U.S. So that's why. I mean,
What are you doing, pimping?
no. I do a lot of WordPress stuff. Are you familiar with WordPress?
No.
Okay, it's websites.
Yeah,
basically.
I know what it is.
Yeah, I do a lot of WordPress stuff with clients, PHP plugins, SEO, that type of stuff. My technical background is in web development. I mean, that's my background. I've done some Linux stuff, but
Lennox Lewis, the boxer?
no, Linux software,
Okay.
server administration. And Lennox Lewis is an overrated punk, but that's a whole different discussion.
Oh, he beat up Mike Tyson pretty good.
He beat Mike Tyson. That was a has-been and was way out of his prime.
Isn't
And
that?
Mike Tyson was also on drugs at the time. Now, hey, I'll tell you what. If you want to talk boxing, we can do it. But just understand who you're talking to. No,
I'm talking to Peter.
yeah, you're talking to someone that used to live, breathe, and sleep this stuff.
Oh, okay.
No, here's the thing: is Lennox was not a bad boxer, but he was overrated. He was very good at marketing. He was very good at selling himself, and he made a shitload of money doing it. That he did. I mean, made a lot of money doing it. But it's I wish the heavyweight division would be back to what it was back then. But the best boxer of that generation, in my opinion, is Tommy Morrison.
Yeah. Tommy the Machine Gun?
The Duke.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, that guy was insane. It's kind of sad how he ended his life, but that was his. And here's the thing: is a lot of people question this. Let me just say this: the dude had AIDS. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care what he tried to say. Oh, it was a miscalculation. It's this. The dude lived in Kansas City. Okay, it was well known that he was screwing anyone he could when he was in Kansas City. I mean, he was partying every night of the week. I couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't go to his gym because my family didn't want me over there because of some of the stuff that was going on. I mean, they were doing drugs right in the gym. I mean, it was wild. I mean, but boxing has that. There's a lot of questionable characters in boxing.
Yeah.
I mean, even on the amateur level, I'm blown away at some of the stuff that I've seen. And I'm not talking about performance enhancement drugs. I'm talking about walking in a gym and people are doing crack.
Really?
You know? Oh yeah, I've walked in gyms and I can't tell you how many gyms I've went in just to visit, and you can smell the marijuana. And it's like, what does this have to do with boxing, guys?
Well, it's a painkiller because it numbs your nose and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, but you smoke it, right? You smoke marijuana, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Or you could eat it in your brownies.
Okay. If you smoke it, it means it's respiratory. Okay. Which means it's going to clog up your lungs so you can't breathe properly when you're sparring.
Well, it's your cardio.
You're going to be like Barry and coughing every day. And, it's just like boxers that smoke. I always tell them, quit smoking. Boxing and smoking have nothing in common. It's
could be the other team's strategy.
I used to have a gym back in Missouri, and one of the guys that was supposed to be a coach. It was very obvious that he was doing cocaine. Very obvious.
He had a roach or a coach?
No, he never did them in the gym, but you could just tell that he was on drugs.
Oh.
Just by his behavior. And I kicked him out of the gym. And the guy I was running the gym with was kind of like, we don't know that. And I said, look, I don't want him around the kids.
Yeah.
And at the time, my brother was in the gym, and I'm like, dude, I don't want my brother seeing this shit. There's enough trouble. I mean, boxers have, especially in Missouri, have a lot of them come from pretty troubled homes. So the last thing you need is a bunch of drugs. Here's the question, since we're on the conversation of drugs. In the Philippines, when you were here, did you see all these drugs that they talk about?
No, I don't do drugs.
No, I'm talking about when you were in the Philippines. Did you come in contact with all these drug addicts?
No,
that the president claimed?
No. I like I said, I'd never affiliated myself with those kind of people, so I never seen. I seen a lot of alcoholics, but no drugs. No.
Well, the alcoholics are normally expats.
Yeah. But I did have a couple Korean students. They got busted with the cops raided their hotel room in Manila, and the girl got out, and the cops came in and they had drugs, and the Koreans got busted. with the drugs, and they got put away in the jail.
Oh, okay.
So
When was that?
and then they had to get their parents got involved, and it cost around $10,000 to get them out. That they had to pay the judges to get them out of the jail.
Oh, so what did they happen? What happened to the kids? Did they send them to Korea or?
Well, yeah, they paid, and then they got taken to the airport, and then they got put on the airplane and got sent home to Korea.
Yeah, no, I was just curious. I mean, in all the years I've been here, I've seen very, very little drugs.
Hmm.
And I'll be honest, the few drug addicts that I know in the Philippines are Americans.
Huh.
Very, very few of them that I do know. I never saw all this stuff. That, I mean, according to the president here, is you can't move without seeing drugs. It's so bad here in the Philippines that it's impossible not to come in contact with drugs. And I'm like, I can't see it.
Well, I guess you could look if you look hard enough. I'm sure it's there, but you have to know where to look. You know, just like any big city, it's there if you know where it's at.
Well, my attitude is the worst drug problem in the Philippines is not meth, as he talks about. It's alcohol. Alcohol does far more damage than any other drug.
Well, yeah, but the government making money off of that.
Kind of. The Colanco family is making money. The Aquinos. The Aquino family. Simplify it. I don't know. Do you know who Cory Aquino is?
Yeah. Well, wasn't she the president?
She was at one time.
Yeah.
Her maiden name is Colanco. Okay? The Colanco family is the reason that the Philippines is a country.
Okay.
Long story short, the Colancos have ran a mafia out of the country for about 100 years now. And the U.S., basically, the U.S. was having a problem with sugar back in 1935. And the Colancos had control of the sugar in the Philippines. And they refused to be civil about it. So the U.S. has said, basically, fuck you, you're fine, you're independent in 10 years, good luck. Long story short, I mean, it's a lot more complicated than that, but that's the bottom line of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I mean, I've been to Hawaii and I've been to the Philippines. And, you know, the Philippines could have been a huge Hawaii if there wasn't problems that were involved. That's just kind of what's up with that. Now, where have you been in the U.S.? You've been to Alaska, and I know you've been to Tennessee.
Where have I been? Where now?
Besides, you've been to Alaska, and you've been to Tennessee.
Well, Alaska, Hawaii, Seattle.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Donna's in there. Have her come on.
Who, Donna?
Talking about the drug problem. I don't know what she's got to say about it.
Oh, you know, I've been trying to get Donna on, but she never. She always. She don't listen to me.
I mean,
I'll ask her. I mean, Donna, come on. Let me try to send her a link. So what's your plan for today?
Oh, I'm just working on some stuff. No, and you got Porter on there being a smart ass.
Who's this?
Oh, Porter, he's always being a smart ass. He's a troll.
Oh, I know who he is.
Yeah, bro. I'm on medicine. It's called anti-seizure medicine.
So how's Dave treating you?
How's what?
With that Dave character.
Oh, he left a stupid comment the other day. I don't even pay. You know what? At the end of the day, he's just a. I mean, I've dealt with jerks before. He's just a lot more obsessed than the average jerk.
Yeah.
He's I mean, he's just a punk. Uh, but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I think the guy could be a decent guy, but
Really?
I would have to get past all the drama because here's the deal: how people act on YouTube and how people act in person are two totally different people.
Huh.
I've never met anyone that's the same on YouTube as they are in person. And I've met a lot of vloggers, but I've never met one that's the same as they are on YouTube. Because let's face it, people on YouTube do shit that will drive AdSense. Okay? I mean, even Dave, could you imagine the way he talks on YouTube if he did that in person with Filipinos? They'd shoot his ass.
Huh.
I mean, he gets on there and just starts calling people fat fucks and pieces of shit. And I mean, it's a shooting.
He likes calling me like 400 pounder and
Yeah, somebody would he
different
would get
names
shot.
like that. He thinks it's kind of funny, but I got feeling. Kind of makes me a little bit sad the way he talks to me.
Yeah, I mean,
Makes me a little bit teary eyed.
I mean, it's the reality is he isn't going to act that way in person.
Huh.
I mean,
He makes me want to put another donut in my mouth.
Is it Krispy Kreme?
Yeah. Well, I like Mr. Donut.
Really? That stuff's nasty.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm more of a Krispy Kreme type guy.
Oh well.
But I know. No, I was kind of. Now I'll tell you what's wrong with the Philippine pastries, and I had a conversation with a pastry chef about 2 or 3 years ago about this, because the pastries are just so dry in the Philippines.
Why am I listening to you when it comes to pastries?
I'm just telling you what I found out. That it's
Okay.
the butter. They don't have enough. They don't put enough butter in it.
Well, they don't use real milk. They don't use real butter. La da 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 da. They don't use real flour.
I guess it all comes back to the Spanish. That's what the guy was telling me. That, like when he was in Spain, he said that they're a lot more dry than they are in America. So no, But anyways, that's no. As far as dealing with Dave, he's not like he can't be like that in person.
Well, next time you talk to Dave, tell him to be nice to me. Tell him I got feelings.
Well, you know what? I won't even speak to him until he learns some respect. I won't even speak to him. And that's just as simple as that gets. And because you know what? I mean, he has said some horrible stuff about my whole family. And until he learns some respect, it's not going nowhere.
Huh.
That's as simple as that goes. But again, I tell you what, Johnny is not the same way online as he is in person.
I like Johnny.
Now, when I met him in person, he was a nice guy. He was a nice, civil guy, no problem whatsoever with him. But he gets online and he just starts running his mouth like he's psycho. Now he was a nice guy when I met him in person. I had no problems with him. I had no concerns. I mean, but you know, he said some pretty horrible stuff about me online. Um, Montelli, he's a cool guy on person, cool guy online, but he's different.
Oh,
There's a little,
Steve?
yeah, he's a little different. When cameras roll, he gets a little different. Um, Everybody gets a little different.
Mikey 550, I like him.
Seth is a nice guy, but he's very different when the cameras roll. When you sit down with Seth,
That's
he's a
not
nice
nice
guy.
either.
He's a very nice guy.
Donna's mean to me. She makes me tear up a little bit.
Who
Hey,
does?
Kev.
Oh, I didn't know you were here, Donna. Hi, buddy. How you doing?
Why are you having a temple to me? Huh?
Because I
I
didn't know you were
I
here.
didn't come most of the time because I was in the office and I don't want it to, be online and
I'm
then
happy now
the
because
phone keeps ringing.
I
Also,
put away the donut now.
big businesswoman.
Yeah, it's not that I'm avoiding you. It's just
Oh,
that, I'm in the office.
okay, I feel better. Thank you, buddy.
Now, Donna, you say you've seen this big drug problem in the Philippines. Where?
In all of the Philippines.
I have an eating disorder.
You don't see it because of course people aren't gonna show it or aren't gonna the most of the time they hide it. But it's spreading, it's everywhere. I mean, even though, like, for example, if you can understand Tagalog, it's even in our language. Sometimes we would make a joke to our friends. Oh, what are you fucking what do you call that? What are you
Nothing,
because
just powder.
it's
Sometimes
because
donut.
sometimes if just for example you just tell to your friend that, oh, I met this girl and like that's like this, and then they would say, oh, you're just an addict, you're just addicted, you're just snorting shabu. I mean, I grew up in the Philippines, okay, and then they have this little house. Most of the time it's in the squatters area, and then they would have a lookout. you know Someone is guarding them so they can have a session there. you know
Yeah, but I mean, basically, the president here makes it sound like you can't walk a block without seeing drugs, and I've never seen them.
no, you never see them because they're not, they're not doing it in front of people. They
Yeah,
don't, they're really hiding it. They're not offering it to the foreigners. They're really hiding, even to their family, to sometimes to their friends, to their siblings, to their cousins, whatever, to their relatives. They're hiding it. I'm telling you. I mean, even if you ask my aunt, my cousins, ask every Filipino.
yeah. I'm just curious because, like, I mean, my view is, I'll be honest. I think the Turkey is
Mm.
overplaying the drug problem and exaggerating it in order to extort money for his pet
No,
project.
it's real. I'm telling you. Okay, I tell you a story. My friend, okay, before, one of her friend invited her house. They said that they're just gonna have a party. This is when I was in college, okay? And then when she get there, there's a lot of people. I mean, I think there's like 15 people in there, and you know what they're doing? They're doing shabu, and then someone's like guarding them, like, hey, are you done? Are you done snoring? Can you go outside and be our lookout? And then after that, they would have sex just in one house. Like, this house is just like, those little houses like a matchbox, in the squatters area, like that.
Yeah, no, I'm really, I guess my point is the only time I've ever even kind of seen drugs was in Boracay.
Mm-hmm.
And but I mean that was just I mean I smelled marijuana basically.
Oh yeah,
Um,
marijuana. I mean, I did marijuana when I was in college. You know,
yeah,
I mean,
I mean I guess I'm just not. Maybe it's because I don't spend a lot of time in the rough
mhm.
areas of the country.
And you know what's the famous right now in the Philippines? Ecstasy. That's famous there. They called it. They don't call it ecstasy. They call it party. Okay. So when you hear "let's party," it doesn't mean that. Sometimes it doesn't mean that they're just gonna go to the bars and have party. Sometimes it means that they're gonna take ecstasy or they're gonna take a party. You know, like for
Yeah,
example, oh, I want to take party. You know.
yeah. Well, here's the other thing with that with ecstasy. It's only going to lead to the bigger problem in the Philippines that I think is far worse than the drugs, and that is the N1 in pregnancies.
Mhm. We have this saying in the Philippines: ecstasy is for the rich, shabu is for the poor, and then rugby is for homeless people, like street,
Rug,
people. The rugby, the rugby, the
yeah,
one that they put
it's
in the
football game.
shoes. They snort it. They snort it. Those kids that asking money
Is
on
that
the
the
street,
glue?
yeah, the glue. They do that. That sometimes
Wait,
you would see them
rugby?
holding a plastic, what do you call the plastic bag,
Puffin.
like a,
Puffin.
yeah.
Rugby is rugby is Australian football.
Yeah,
It's
no.
it's a glue. It's a
Talk
glue,
about
but
the glue.
the smell of it. They would snort it.
Yeah, they also do that
I
with
know.
spray paint.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
I'll be honest. I'm not up to date or knowledgeable about drugs.
I seen that stuff done before. The kids walk around with like a blue paint around their nose and mouth because
Mm.
of the
Well,
bags that they
here,
hold up.
Yeah,
here is
they would hide it on the bag, and then they would, so you would think that they're just drinking something, because usually the soda in the Philippines, they would put it in the plastic bag, the small plastic bag, right? But
yeah.
no, they're snorting it.
Yeah, no, I'm just, I guess I'm surprised because, I mean, personally, I'm affected by by all this drug nonsense because it's hard for me to get some of my medication now.
Mm.
Anything that's narcotic, I can't
Mm-hmm.
have anymore. Which is a couple of my medicines are they're controlled narcotics. They're administered by the hospital, but now they're very hard to get in the Philippines because of all these new drug laws.
There's a
Uh,
lot of kinds of
I'm
drugs in
having
the
a good day.
Philippines.
Thank you.
Not just the marijuana, not just the, even the organic plants. We have this called talampunay in the Philippines, and you'll be high for a month.
Yeah, I mean I guess I just the only I'm trying to think I did have an experience back in 2015 that was pretty bad. Actually, I almost got killed when that happened, and that involved drugs. But that was I took a picture. I was doing some pictures up in Kalinga, and some locals went psycho on me. I mean, went psycho, and it was. I found out later it was because I was taking pictures of fields that was
Mm.
not right. Um, and I didn't know at the time, but they grow a lot of marijuana up in that area. King Lion, Kalinga was where that was. But no, I mean, I really don't. I guess I just don't see it. Maybe I spend too much time at church instead of on in the squatters. I don't know.
Yeah, you're not gonna see it because you have to look deeper. I mean, even in my family, I hate to say this, but my family, my cousin used to do shabu. Some of my cousins, even me, I would admit I did marijuana before. Me and my female cousin. This is when we were in college, and then I took ecstasy one time. This is when I was like wild, and because I was so angry with my mom that she left us. I was like,
He was a
in
rebel.
my, yeah, I was a rebel before. I was in my dark side.
Yeah, well,
Um
is the marijuana in the Philippines? Is it that potent?
Well, this is the thing. Filipinos aren't, they're not knowledgeable about marijuana. You know, a lot of people in the Philippines, they think that marijuana is bad. I mean, everything's bad when you do it too
Oh
much,
no,
right?
marijuana is bad. It will fry your brain, and it will make you less productive.
Yes, exactly. You want, but if you do it too much, then you're always gonna be like sleepy, and you can't function. You can't do, your job, and everything that's too much is bad. But you're right. It's not gonna affect your mind and stuff like that. But again, if you do too much marijuana, like for example, you're smoking it like a cigarette,
I think
you can't function.
you misunderstood what I've said. No, I smoking marijuana is not a positive thing. Um,
Mm,
it makes people lazy, and
exactly.
I have friends of mine
Yeah, but
that
but I also wanted to
enjoy
see
their
the
lives.
side of it that, yeah, that it has a benefit, you know?
I have a couple friends back in St. Joe that we call Cheat and Chong because they basically can do nothing besides smoke marijuana all day. I mean, they can't even hold down a job because they are too high.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they've been through drug rehab, and then they get out. And the only thing they do in drug rehab is find new people to smoke weed with. I mean,
Yeah, what I'm saying is it might not fry your brain, or it might not affect your brain, but it makes you lazy and you can't be productive. I mean, if when I'm taking marijuana before, it's because I wanted to be relax. Okay, like for example, if I'm very anxious because our final is coming, and have to review. I want it to be relaxed. Or if I'm having PMS and dysmenorrhea, you know,
You want it
um,
mellow.
yeah, that's what I do. But you know, if you do that and you're working, you have to be there early in the morning. You can't be productive. You can't function well. You know, but again, marijuana to me, if you use it moderately, it has benefit. It relax your muscles, it relax you, and they're using it to treat, I mean, not treat, but they're using it to some diseases, or some sickness. So if you use it
no, there are some
smartly.
medical properties.
Yeah,
There
but you
definitely
use
is
it
some.
smart. Yeah, if you use it smartly, every drugs is like that. I mean, even shabu, there, the meth, they're mixing it with other drugs, right? But again, there's a lot of drugs that contains meth in it, right? But again, if you do it too much, that's when it's bad.
Well, here's what I don't get. Like, I know in the U.S., if you buy several ingredients at a store,
Mm-hmm.
Walgreens, Walmart, wherever, that the store is mandated to call the police.
Mm.
You have to actually use your ID to buy certain products, like household products. You have to give your ID to get if it's an ingredient that can be used to make meth.
You know why? Because people are stupid. You know,
I mean,
a
there
lot
was
of people are stupid.
I
Even
remember.
you put like even you already put like stupid, it was that idiot proof in this thing.
Well, I
Some people are still not gonna, you know, is still not gonna use that properly.
a few years ago, I bought a bunch of bathroom cleaner at Walmart, okay, in the U.S. And the manager questioned me why I was buying so much bathroom cleaner, okay, and we were working on remodeling a house and stuff. And so I explained it to him, and he goes, "Okay." But he told me, he goes, "This can be used for drugs." And I'm like, "Okay." I really didn't know. Um, and part of it may be that I just don't come from that background. I don't know.
This is what
But
I think. This is what I think. Um, the government is using a lot of way, all this way to control us because a lot of people are, stupid sometimes. That even guns, drugs, everything. They would ask, and even alcohol, because sometimes we would we would use it too much. We would do it, more than
well,
we can
here, here's
handle.
here's what I think is happening. The Philippines has a huge population problem. Okay, in order to thin out the population problem, they're using drugs as an excuse to have genocide to thin out the population, and it's social engineering.
Mm.
There's no need for the 14,000 people being killed on the streets. Drugs or not, you can't go killing kids.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I'm pro-life. I agree what you said, but I don't agree for killing people too. And even though he's a drug addict, I don't agree that you have to end their life, because that to me is like taking away, their choices, taking away their life. I don't agree with that. But we're not the one who's running the country. You know, I mean, what could we
The
do? What can we
problem is
do?
no one's country. That's the problem. It's complete anarchy right now.
Yeah, but there's a lot of problems in the Philippines going on. The population again is rising. It's because of Christianity. A church is banning condoms. They're not agree with what you call that, contraceptive.
Oh, okay. Hold on. When you say the church, are you talking the Catholic Church
The
or the
Catholic
Evangelical?
Church.
Okay.
The Catholic Church, because I mean, Philippines is a Catholic country. I mean,
Yeah.
a
Well,
lot of
no, the reason I asked, I actually think the problem with the population is not only the church. The problem with the population is people are, um, right now, it's like 1 in 8 babies are being born to unmarried parents.
yes,
That's a really high number.
it's lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge, and they're only relying on their knowledge about what they taught in the church.
So I actually think it has more to do with karaoke.
Karaoke.
There
Why
is
is
a
that?
saying in the Philippines.
Because they
There's
like
a
the
saying in
music
the
or
Philippines
the beat.
as karaoke makes babies.
What do you mean?
There's things that go on. There's things that go on when they go for karaoke sessions that
Oh,
they end up going into the back room.
Peter, even they do karaoke every night. If they use condoms, they use contraceptive pills, birth control. There's no baby that's gonna be born.
Yeah, well,
On the
you
karaoke, you
see,
can't blame that in
I,
the
I, I,
society,
I'm somewhat joking.
I agree with them.
That there is a I mean that is a saying you hear in the Philippines sometimes that karaoke makes babies, because you're mixing alcohol and there's probably drugs in there and the karaoke and you know
Well, yeah, but not everybody's gonna be drinking when they're with karaoke.
I can't stand the stuff. I'm sorry. Some Filipinos can really sing and some really can't.
well, I agree with that. I can't stand that too, especially if they're singing like 12 o'clock in the evening and I have to go to sleep. And it's so noisy. Sometimes I would, before when I was in the Philippines, I would just, go out of my house and just yell at them, like, can you fucking let me sleep? You know, like that. But you know, it's
Don't
not
be a
gonna.
party pooper.
This is the thing. We Philippines is not gonna change in just one day. Change, and if it change, it's not gonna be the same Philippines anymore that we used to like. You know, Philippine we like Philippines because it's the way it is. You know, it's got bad and the good. But when it changed, if it became like Singapore or Hong Kong, we're not gonna like it anymore. I'm telling you.
Oh no, no. I see. I would disagree. If it became like Hong Kong or Singapore, or the fort, or the whole country looked like Makati, I would
Mm-hmm.
have a whole lot of criticism.
Yeah.
I will end
I would have
at
loved
4 o'clock.
Singapore. I would have loved to see it look like Singapore. We'd have a whole lot less problems. Um, Definitely wouldn't have problems with the internet not working half of the day.
Yeah.
Uh, so no, I was just kind of curious. On, I mean, that's my main. I was just kind of curious because, like I said, I don't see that the drug problem is near as bad as the government makes it out to be. And I definitely don't think the killing of the kids is appropriate.
I don't agree with that too. I mean, especially me because I'm one of those person in this world that even there's no hope, no more hope. Everybody's saying, "Oh, there's no hope anymore." I would still say there's still hope. You know, that's why I don't agree. About killing. Because
Yeah, I mean,
to me, I believe that as long that we live, we still have chance.
Yep, I agree with that. There's hope for every day you wake up.
Yes,
yeah, I
exactly.
mean, I guess I'm just looking at it is, I mean, it's just not. I mean, there's no need for it, for killing these kids. I mean, yes, if it's a real drug lord, I mean, like a regional drug lord, okay,
Yes. There's drug wars in the Philippines is I've been hearing that like
Taco
ever
Bell, who's
since when
this?
I was a kid.
but
You
let me
know.
make something very clear. I do not believe that there's any drug lords in the Philippines.
Hello.
Oh yeah.
I believe that they're coming out of China,
Mm.
and they're
Yeah,
coming out
exactly. They're coming out from China and from
that
other country.
that the real
Hello. Taco Bell.
the real Indians are
Last
in
chance.
Colombia, Venezuela, that sort of
Mm.
area. The Filipinos aren't drug lords. I mean,
Should have answered.
they're little kids. I mean, you know, I mean, maybe there is a little bit, but
Who is
not.
Taco Bell? Anybody?
That's some guy
Hey,
just
Taco Bell.
some guy trolling me.
Sky Dragon. Who is Taco Bell?
Mm. Peter.
He on Taco Bell didn't answer me, so I booted him. Taco Bell should have answered me.
It's Risto. That's who it is.
Hmm.
But anyways, that's the now. What was your question, Donna?
Okay.
Are you there?
Donna. Hello.
She must have went into the office.
Wow. No, there was
No,
some person called Taco Bell, and
yeah,
on
they make these guys make these stupid accounts. Like they actually have an account of claiming to be my mother.
huh.
My mom
Well,
hardly ever gets online. She very rarely
I
gets
don't
on
know
the
how the person came on, but it came on, and I give him a chance to say something, didn't respond, so I give him the boot.
Yeah, I mean, it basically the deal is there's these people. I mean, there's people that claim to be my mother. My mom hardly ever gets on the internet. She don't have time to go trolling people on YouTube. I mean, my mom, without going into all the details because it's really family business. My mom is actually raising a baby right now.
Uh-huh. I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, no. What happened? I won't go into details. But my little brother made some mistakes in life, and so I mean, my
No,
mom has
she didn't get booted.
custody of the baby,
Uh,
and so I mean, it's just one of those situations in life. My brother's trying to put his life back together, and it's not easy. It's not easy to put
no,
your
it's
life
not
back
easy.
after you made a couple mistakes, and his
Yeah.
mistakes are big mistakes because they include criminal stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we all make mistakes, buddy.
yeah, no, he's got to put his life back together, and he's doing it. And that's why I get a little frustrated with these guys like Dave that put him down and trashing just because he's made a mistake. Yeah, he spent a little bit of time in prison, but you know what? He's trying to straighten up, and that's what matters to me.
Yeah.
I don't really care what you've done. I mean, not you, but just anyone. I don't really hold people's past against them. You know, I have what's called groundhog faith. To quote Dave, I let things go very quickly, and I don't hold something they did years before against them.
Hey, Dave.
You know,
Hey, Peter. If one of these other guys want to go on a show with you, would you do that?
with who?
With you, like if they want to go have a show with you, would you go on a show with them?
Give me an example.
Just a moment. What's that?
Give me an example of someone.
Dave.
I'm not going to deal with
Hey guys.
Dave. I'm not going to deal with Dave if he tells me being a jerk. The only Dave is in person, and
Okay.
camera's not rolling, no microphones, just the issues. If Seth wanted to do a show with me, which we would do a show with Seth, I would do another one with Steve. I would probably, I mean, I've done them with you. I've done one with Jay.
Huh. Okay. I just figured I'd throw that out.
That is respectful to me. As long as people are respectful, even if we disagree, that's fine. We can disagree all day. But as long as they're respectful, that those guys have a long history of being disrespectful. That was why earlier I said on the panel, no sense for me coming on because it would just turn into a big argument. And you know what? Yes, arguments drive AdSense, but I don't feel like sitting here listening to people attack me, and that's the bottom line. So, Donna, you had a question?
Huh?
You had a question for me earlier?
No, I forgot what we're talking about. My computer has to update, so it's PC update.
Yeah, I've been dealing with that. No,
Yeah.
Now you live in California, right?
No, I live in Arizona.
Oh, Arizona.
Mm.
Okay. So your neighbors with Montelli.
I don't know. I don't know. He's from Arizona too.
Oh, no.
Phoenix.
Okay. It's a nice city. It's a real nice city, actually.
Yeah.
How'd you end up in Phoenix?
Well, my husband is from here, but he was born in LA. But then they moved to Arizona and start a business here, and that's why I'm here.
That's why I was asking. Uh, yeah, sure your story. I wasn't sure you're Filipino, and I know you're in the U.S., but I wasn't quite sure how you ended up in the U.S.
Oh yeah.
Uh, um,
Well, I'm originally from the Philippines. I was born there, and my father is half Japanese, so I'm part Japanese. I was born there. I grew up there. I met my husband there when he visited the Philippines. My husband is half Filipino, half American. He's
okay.
half, like a like Filipino American. But then I met him in the Philippines. During that time, I owned a couple of chains of bakeries, and that's where we met.
Yeah, no. I Filipinos are something because
You're losing connection.
well, this is the Philippines.
I know. I'm just telling you because I can't.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't really understand what you're saying.
Well, no, what I'm saying is some Filipinos they end up in the States, and it has nothing to do with relationships. It's they have family there that brought them
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I don't really have a plan to leave the Philippines because, I'm already doing well in the Philippines, So, but I have to choose, of course. I mean, when we got married, then I really have to choose either live in the Philippines or here. My husband doesn't want to live in the Philippines. I mean, he likes going there. He likes visiting the Philippines and have a vacation, but he doesn't really like to stay there for good. So I have to choose, right?
Great place to vacation. It is a bad place to live.
Yeah.
Just for vacation.
That's the nature of it. No, so no. Where are you from in the Philippines?
Quezon City.
Okay, like the Cabal area, or
What's that?
like in Cabal, or where? Fairview.
Oh, Fairview. Fairview.
Uh, is running a business out there profitable?
Oh no, my business was not in Quezon City. My business is in Cavite, in Tagaytay. I have two bakeries there
I like
before.
Taga. Nice place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so
But I grew
are you
up
talking when you
in,
say
yeah, I grew up in Fairview.
talk about bakeries? Do you mean like full scale Starbucks, or are you talking about the little hole in the wall storefronts?
No, my bake shop before is pretty big. I mean, I'm not just selling bread. I'm also selling like a retail grocery store, not like sari sari store. I mean, I have everything. Basically, it's big. I have three. I have three glass display of bread, and then I'm also selling school supplies, medicines, water. Like purified water, groceries,
Yeah,
rice.
I
Yeah.
guess when I'm asking, like your pastries, was it just the local stuff, or were you selling the higher end?
I'm selling local and like cupcakes and cakes for all occasions, like birthdays. Yeah,
How
everything.
about brownies
Yeah, brownies. Yeah, I'm
with
also
with
selling
with with,
those.
with any
Okay,
green stuff in the
Yes,
brownies?
yes. I'm also
okay.
selling those.
I was just curious because a bake shop in the Philippines can mean several different things.
Mm-hmm.
So that was why I was asking.
But my uncle, who was my master
Is your
baker,
brownies organic?
yeah, my uncle who used to be my master baker, he used to work at Goldilocks and Red Ribbon in the Philippines. So
That's
that's
nice.
yeah, that's why he knows a lot of ingredients, and that's we kind of copied it, but add our own ingredients on it. And
Uh-huh.
then I'm also, so I have two bakeries, right? And not just we're only relying on our store. I'm also delivering um, my product on like 7-Eleven and all these like little stores, like convenience store. We would, yeah, we would deliver our products there or our bread there, and they would sell it. They would pay us.
I'm just curious. Is a bake shop, is it normally profitable?
Yes, it is
Yes.
profitable. Yeah, it
I
is.
see everywhere, but I didn't know because sometimes in the Philippines they'll run a business that's basically
All bakeries are pretty profitable.
During that time, I'm making in just one store, I am making 2,000, so 100,000 pesos a month, clean. I mean, I took out everything, the salary, the electricity, the water, the rent, everything.
now
And
on a pastry that say costs 25 pesos. What would be the cost of production?
but what is that?
How much if you sell a pastry for 25 pesos? How much does it cost them?
Um, about the cost of the materials, about, let's just say 30%.
So there's a 70% markup.
Oh, no. 70% is the markup, and then 30% was your profit.
30% profit. Okay, that sounds about right. No, I was just curious because I always tell people the best business in the Philippines is to do the NDOC stuff,
And that's
Mm.
the chicken.
nice.
But I mean, I was just kind of wondering on these bake shops because they are everywhere, absolutely
Yeah,
everywhere.
is good money, but it needs a lot of time. You know, it needs a lot of time.
Now,
It's very time consuming and very demanding on your time.
how much does your electric cost to run those ovens?
Oh, my oven, I don't use electricity on my oven.
Gas.
I use gas, yeah. The Patron.
Oh, okay. No, I was just curious. I don't know a whole
Mm.
lot about the bake shops. I mean, I had
Hmm.
pieces of bread there, but nothing major. I was just curious to have ovens. But yeah. Now, how much are those ovens? Just curious.
The ovens, I bought it, that was like 2005. I don't know what's the price right now, but 2005, I bought it for 30,000 pesos. That's like $600 right now.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
probably get them used too.
Yeah, but I don't want used. I bought brand new.
Now, is that like a full scale oven or is that a small?
Yes, it's big. It's big. It's actually, you can put like 18 trays in it.
Yeah, but you're talking about bread trays, right?
Yeah, bread trays, not
Yeah.
the small one, the big one.
I know. I'm hip to that.
Now,
talk.
since we're having this discussion, I'm going to go back to a conversation me and Kevin had just a little bit ago. Why do you think that the pastries in the Philippines are so dry?
Well, that's just because what I was saying earlier, because of the
Well, I was wondering what they
and not they're not using like Western flour stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I think it's kind of it's got a lot to do with the butter. I mean, that's what that pastry chef told me. That's right. I mean, it's the butter and the milk. I think that's a big issue. I was just curious. It's kind of fascinating to hear about these big shops because I see them all the time, but I didn't know maybe how much money they actually made. So I mean, I've always told people if you really want to get in business, I don't recommend it. Being in business in the Philippines, the chickens are the way to go.
If you know what you're doing, and you'll be fine.
Okay, let me ask you. The pastries in the Philippines, why are they so dry?
Is it dry?
Yeah, but no, like the pastries in the Philippines are very dry compared to like pastries you'll have in Arizona that are very
Oh
moist.
yeah, of course. It's different. It's different because
So why are they
again,
so dry? That's what I'm asking.
I mean, it's all about ingredients. I mean, if you want it like high quality, this is the thing. If you're selling product, you gotta look for your market. Who is your market, right? My market is not the highfalutin one. I'm not selling my bread to like the high end, people. I'm selling it to just regular people. So
Local.
I mean, they're not gonna be they're not gonna afford, if I'm gonna use high quality ingredients like fresh milk and some stuff like that. They're not gonna afford it, right? Now, if you're saying there's no good pastries in the paint, there's a lot. If you go to high end stores, you know,
No, I'm talking about even like some of the higher end coffee shops. Even the pastries there
like
are
like what? Like what?
dry.
Have you been to Spiral? Have you been to Spiral?
Yes, I have.
Spiral.
Yeah, pastries there are good.
Well, I'll give you an example. We were talking about this a little bit ago. Mr. Donut is very extremely dry compared to like Krispy Kreme. It is like proper donuts.
You know what? I hate crispy. I mean, I hate Mr. Donut and Dunkin' Donuts. Even here in Arizona, I hate Dunkin' Donuts. I don't buy donuts in Dunkin' Donuts here.
Mr. Donuts.
There's like a good donuts shop that I went here. I go here in Arizona. I don't go to Dunkin' Donuts. You know.
Yeah, no, like when I'm home, I don't get Krispy Kreme. We have what's called glazed donuts. It's locally owned. It's like really really good.
Mm.
But no, I was just curious on. I was just wondering because the pastries in the Philippines are extremely dry. Um, I talked to a pastry chef a couple of years ago, and he said it's because of the butter and the milk.
Yes, yes, because most of the bakeries in the Philippines, especially the one who's selling the what do you call that, the regular people, they're not using like fresh milk. They're using what do you call it, evaporated, the canned one,
Condense.
condensed and evaporated milk.
Yeah, but do
The
they use enough of it? That's what I'm asking.
some do, some not. It depends on, a lot of people, they want
How
it
much they
cheap.
want a penny
So
pinch.
yeah, it depends on how much the people wanted to pay for it.
I mean, like, what? I know, like, my mom used to use. She used to have this powder milk that she would use when she cooked. You
Skimmed
can't
milk.
drink it. You can't drink the stuff, but you can use. It makes milk. It's powder that you turn into milk,
Mm.
but it's for cooking only. I would think that they could use that instead of just not use the milk. Um, uh, I don't remember. I mean, I was a kid then, but she used to use it for cooking a lot. So no, I yeah,
Mm.
no, I was just you know.
Yeah, I mean,
but
if
on the
you're
flip
only
side-
paying, if the people wanted to pay only 5 pesos per bread, they're not gonna use milk for it, you know.
Yeah.
If that's
where
the
where are
only they
you?
can afford, they're not gonna use milk to it.
But no, a solid pastry is going to cost you at least 100 pesos in the Philippines.
Hey, Tom.
I mean, you go to Bose, you go to any of them, you're going to pay at least 100 pesos for a good pastry.
Yeah, yeah, because they use good ingredients. But regular people, you know, if your market is the ones that just, you know, live in the, what was that, regular salary, minimum wage, they're not gonna afford that, you know.
Yeah, I just know what my experience has been. Um, and seeing, I mean, it's so yeah, no, it's just kind of interesting. Now, what do you do? You have a business in Arizona.
Yeah.
What's
Well, I don't want it to go detail into it, but we have a, yeah, we have business here. It's a franchise. It's a corporation, but it's doing re- pretty well. We have 21 employees, and we're growing every year.
okay? No, that's cool.
Mm.
I was just curious. I thought maybe you were trying to have the a baking corporation that you were going to run Dunkin' Donuts out of business.
Oh no! I mean, I'm done. I'm done with the bake shop. You know, I mean, I grew up in a bakery. That's why I, you know, get into that business. But then I was doing that for a couple of years, and I said, this is tiring. You know, there's a lot of business that is not time consuming, and
A lot of
you
work.
know, yeah, a lot of work. Yeah, I mean,
You
seriously,
get old.
when I have my bakery, I only have like 3 to 4 hours sleep every day. You know.
Well, that was because you were going and partying.
No, what do you mean party?
Got no time for that. Just like
Uh,
that
Yeah,
old
you won't have time for that. This is after college. This is after college, you know. I mean,
wake
it's
up at
not.
3 o'clock in the morning, time to make the donuts.
hold
Yes, yes.
hold
I
on.
mean, I'm not the one who's making it, but of course, I gotta supervise them. I
Well,
gotta, you know,
well,
check
one
the.
one of the things that's important about the Philippines is that we need good coffee and not Tim Nortons.
Well, yeah, it's about the, you know,
Tim Norton,
exporting good coffee
Tim
in the
Norton is
Philippines.
the most overrated coffee in the world.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing to me, you know. In every country, you can't look for something that is not that they don't have, you know. What you need to do is find the beauty on what they can offer, on
Those
what they have, you know, because if you're always looking for something that you can't have, you're not going to be happy, you know.
Yeah,
If
well,
that's the only
I
one the only thing they have, then, you know, deal with it.
now the Philippines has some decent coffee. They like the coffee from Sagada is pretty good.
They have that in Batangas too. It's called Kapeng Barako. It's yeah.
The well, I'm talking about when I say the coffee, I'm talking about the actual plants
Yeah, the
grown.
actual plants. That's what I'm saying. Kapeng Barako. It's a real one. It's
that
brewed.
native coffee.
Yeah, it's the native one, the brewed
Yeah,
coffee.
yeah, we got that. Well, we make our own though.
Yeah, my grandfather has you know, planted all those. So when we go to the province, we would have that.
I know Bose coffee is 100% Filipino coffee, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's but yeah. Now, but the question is does Bose really have a market for the Filipinos? I mean, they do, but I've noticed that every time I'm in Bose, it's a lot of white guys.
Well, Peter, it's that time of day again. Mrs.
What?
Osmond, thank you
Sunrise?
for coming on.
Are you done? Are you done, Kev?
Yeah, I mean, I've been here since 2 o'clock.
Hmm. Are you
Well,
gonna?
what else do you have to do?
Huh?
Go swimming?
Well, I'm gonna go do some stuff upstairs. Maybe I'll come on tonight around 7:30.
7:30. What? 2 hours from now?
Well, right now it's 4:10 right now, so a couple of hours later on. But
But yeah. Anyways, I think that's all. It's been an interesting conversation.
well, yeah, like I
Really
said, I
fun.
just wanted to try to give you a hand.
Well, no, the real reason you wanted me to come on is so because you know you'll get 1,000 views because it's PB.
Yeah, that had to been it.
There you go. There you go again. That's why just be humble, guys.
I
But
am
no,
humble. That's why I had you come on
hold on.
to soften
Let me-
the voice.
Let me respond to that real quick. You are a humble person in person, but when you on YouTube, you gotta be egotistic in order to get the views.
You know,
No,
I hopefully
you
I
need to
gotta
be
get
who
some-
you are in every way.
Well, you-
Everywhere you go, everywhere you go, everything you do, you need to be who you
I
are.
I have never met anyone that's the same on YouTube as they are in person.
I am. I'm just a nice guy. Believe me, you guys.
I am
I-
too.
I mean, now people are different. Now, some people are jerks in online, but they're not that way when you meet them in person. Like for example, I met Seth Style, really nice guy, really just he's a smart guy. He's actually got a good brain on his head. Okay,
Yeah.
but when he gets a camera in front of him, he acts like a complete idiot. You know, I mean, people just act different when cameras come out. They just do.
Yep. So you guys give me some likes, and if you don't give me some likes, I'll choke you out until you
Hey,
tap out.
Why not?
I'll talk to you guys later on. Petey, have a good rest of the morning.
All right, Kev. We're all good, Kev, huh? I'm not trying to avoid you. It's just that sometimes I'm busy when you ask me to
That's
come
not
on.
true. You just don't like
No.
over the Dunkin' Donuts. You can get another donut. I got to go to therapy tomorrow over at the sports doctor and go on a treadmill with all the other special people.
Right.
No, seriously, I do got to go over to the sports doctor tomorrow. And then Thursday, I got to go and get some more needles put in me.
All right, guys. I gotta go too.
Okay. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll probably be on tonight if I get low self-esteem because people talk about me. Oh, woe is me. Woe is me. You guys kiss my white hairy ass. But I feel better now. Candy cross eyes. Okay, you guys. I'll talk to you guys later on tonight. Anytime, Donna. You know I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm just joking with you guys. But today's Taco Monday, and I am here and you are not. And that's how it is. Yeah. I know you guys like that Taco Monday. Isn't that a cute little mojo? Life is what you make of it, right? Go to Taco Bell and go grab a taco. I'll talk to you guys a little bit. Richard, you better be on later on. Damn it. I'll talk to you later. Bye. I'll talk to you guys. Hey, Jerry, I'll talk to you later too. You could come on even too. You guys always just leave me hanging. Well, it is hanging like maybe 8, 9 inches on a good day. On a bad day, it's maybe 5, 5.5. I'm not bragging. That's just how it is. God, I got to take some meds. Bye.